So let's say you want to look good in front of that Mexican sweetheart on a first date, or to land a good job in Colombia, or just impress your Argentinian friends. But your Spanish isn't that good yet. Then this is going to be un video salvavidas for you, because I, Juan, one of the Spring Spanish teachers, have 5 great tricks for you that will help you fake fluency in Spanish, so you can make it or fake it through an entire conversation in Spanish without embarrassing yourself. Hey, did you know that polyglots, people who speak many languages, use the same tactics that I will present here? That's right. So, choo-choo. ¿Estás listo para el tren de la fluidez? Then, acompáñame. Aprende de memoria las partes integrales y recurrentes de cualquier conversación casual. When it comes to conversations in Spanish, you'll find yourself repeating common expressions over and over again, no matter who you're talking to or what you're talking about. You probably already caught some recurring chunks in our videos, right? Well, this is a great way of blending in even more. Una vez que practiques tu vocabulario y pronunciación, it's time to work on your conventional language. So, instead of always thinking about how to create new sentences, learn the most common ones by heart. Chunks like: Hola, ¿cómo estás? Mi nombre es. Soy de. ¿Qué te parece? Muchas gracias. Adiós. Are great examples to learn by heart. That way, you'll always have them available in your Spanish arsenal. Want to discover even more chunks like this and find out the best way to memorize them so they roll off the tongue in conversations? Then check the link I left for you in the description. It will take you to the Spring Spanish website, where we have a Spanish chunking training for you full of examples. Aprende de memoria cómo tener una conversación típica. Now that you know the most important chunks, let's go one step further. Let's face it, most first conversations sound very similar. The same questions are asked over and over again, just by different people. So, if you can answer these questions in perfect, fluent Spanish, you will sound much more fluent than you actually may be. Here are questions you almost certainly will get asked in your first conversation. ¿Y de dónde eres? ¿Por qué aprendes español? ¿Cuánto tiempo tienes aprendiendo español? ¿En qué trabajas? ¿Qué haces para divertirte? By knowing these questions, you will be able to easily recognize them when your conversation partner asks them. Make sure to have a fluent answer for every single one of them ready. Write them down, ask a native to correct it. Okay, well, let's do this. Because I'm very generous today, prepare an answer to the question ¿Por qué aprendes español? And post it in the comments. I will review it and correct it for you. Now let's have a look at how such a prepared first conversation could look like. ¿Y de dónde eres? ¿De dónde soy? Soy de Venezuela, pero ahora vivo en Argentina. ¿Por qué aprendes español? Sencillo. Estoy aprendiendo español porque tengo una hermosa esposa venezolana. Just kidding. I already knew Spanish. The wife thing was true though. Okay? ¿Cuánto tiempo tienes aprendiendo español? He estado aprendiendo español durante 34 años. Yeah, it's a long time. Since I was born. Duh. ¿En qué trabajas? Soy profesor, ingeniero y músico. ¿Qué haces para divertirte? Me encanta viajar, hacer música y jugar videojuegos. Aprende todos los chunks y frases que necesitas para hablar de ciertos tópicos. Choose some topics you'd like to talk about or that you're interested in, and with that narrow focus, learn all the chunks you need to speak about it. Once you feel you mastered that topic, choose the next y aprende a hablar de ese tópico. This concept is called topical fluency, and it's one of the best ways to make fast progress in your Spanish skills. So, haz una lista de los tópicos de los que quieres hablar en español and then tackle them one by one. Bonus tip, practice conversations with yourself about that topic to make sure you conquered it. Do you wonder where to find common chunks for your topics? We create 5 videos weekly for free where we always prepare great and useful chunks in Spanish for different occasions. Música, comida, amor, historia, deportes, trabajo y muchos más. Just subscribe and hit that bell to get them all. Chunks to stall the conversation. Sometimes you just won't be able to respond because you just don't know what to say or you don't understand. Well, in this case, it's good to stall the conversation by not calling attention to the fact that you are winging it. Here are some great chunks to stall and buy yourself some precious time. Esa es una muy buena pregunta. Tengo que pensarlo. No me digas. ¿En serio? No tenía idea. Eso es muy interesante. It'll look like this. Che, ¿y qué opinás de la compatibilidad de Aries y Piscis en el ciclo astrológico actual? Eso es muy buena pregunta. Déjame pensarlo. Now, what if you have stalled the conversation but you don't really know anything about the topic your conversation partner wants to talk about? What do you do next? Easy. Change the topic to something you can talk about. Asegúrate de mantener la conversación relacionada a estos tópicos si tu compañero divaga un poco. So, let's say you really want to talk about music because that's one of the topics you prepared in Spanish. But your conversation partner really insists on speaking about astrology. Chunk alert! Learn the following. Podemos seguir hablando de blank, por favor. This chunk means something like, can we keep talking about blank, please? So learn it by heart to ensure you always stay on topic in your Spanish conversations. Sí, ya sé, soy el mejor. Basta. It'll look like this. Che, ¿y qué opinás de la compatibilidad de Aries y Piscis en el ciclo astrológico actual? Eso es muy buena pregunta. Déjame pensarlo. Mientras tanto, ¿podemos seguir hablando de música, por favor? This one can be a lifesaver if you're lost, but it's also pretty obvious what you're trying to do here. So, what about some chunks to go back to safe topics without your conversation partner noticing? I got you covered. Eso es muy interesante. ¿Y qué piensas de blank? No puedo creerlo. ¿Sabías también que blank? Esto me recuerda a blank. And then say something to lead back to your topic. Your conversation partner will have no clue what just happened. Okay, so now that you can pretend to be much more fluent in Spanish than you actually may be, you also have to make sure that you understand what is being said to you in the first place. No worries, Juan's got you covered. In my next video, you will get 5 great tricks on how to understand native Spanish speakers, even if they go off at blazing speed in Spanish. Click the image that just appeared on screen to find out, and I will see you there. Adios.